Hi lovelies, I'm back. If you're new to my channel, well, welcome. I've been on hiatus for a little while and I am back and ready to roll. Today we are going to do fall DIYs. To my subscribers, well, you know I love you. But if you're new to my channel, I hope you stick around, and if you see what you like or get inspired, but then please hit that subscribe button and share and hit the bell so every time I upload you will be notified. And to my subscribers, thank you for hanging in there. I know it's been a long summer. I did get some stuff accomplished, not everything, but I did finish the fairy garden. And if you hadn't seen it, go look at the last video that I did because it is amazing. Anyways, here at Artistry Collaborative, we are the home of TriLab because, well, all we want you to do is try. That's all it takes. And you can redo what I teach you in all the colors that you like. It's just to inspire creativity in everyone because, yes, you are creative. All right, we do everything here. We do repurposing. We do DIYs with Dollar Tree. We do everything, clay, paint, home decor. We do it all. So come along and let's create these together. So this is a simple DIY I saw from, I believe it was Olivia's Romantic Home. And of course you can do this with any fall flowers, but teal and gray are my colors in my home, so I'm using these, and I'm going to intersperse with a little bit of lavender and some cream. I think these are pretty, and these I've just been collecting over the years. I'm probably going to try to take this off if it doesn't. Yeah, okay, that went off easy. Alright, so I'm going to cut all these off, and then we're just going to go all around the edge. This is a Dollar Tree placemat, and this is hot. So you're just going to put some glue on here, and then I'm starting in like the second, but if you don't have this particular one, it's probably like 1.5 inches, because I want this to go over the edge, but I don't want it to come out this far. So I'm just going to keep going, and we'll mix up the sizes, we'll mix up the colors. I don't have a lot of lavender. Wish I did, but I do not. So we will use the lavender sparingly. I am going to try to take off some of the plastic so it's not so high up. And you want to overlap it a little bit so that you don't see the placemat. So let me go all the way around, and then I'll show you the second half. I did the first round, and then I went in with the oak leaves, only because I just really like them. They're much harder, but they're glittery. I just thought it would add a little something. So now I'm going to go in between here and just keep adding on. So, and I'm just going to try to fill in as many gaps as I can. But like the purple is here, so I should put this purple here, or definitely purple here because there's none there. So you just want to vary it with the leaves so that there's not the same. But I mean, don't go crazy over it. You can, you know, you can go crazy. Just me, I know. And you're not able to cover all of the, you're going to see little bits and pieces. Great, so this is where we are so far. And yeah, I throw in a couple of odds and ends that I have. But now since we're going towards the middle, I'm going to use the smaller flowers. So again, it's the same process. One of these is really handy. Alright, so that's what it looks like. I am going to go in with some of the smaller ones, and anywhere I see kind of a gap, I'm going to put that in. I wish I had more purple, but I haven't found it, so it is what it is. And I don't like them completely glued down because, I want to give it a, I know there's no teal leaves in the nature, but I just wanted it to look a little more free. And that's it. So this is a really simple one to start us back on our creative journey. So yeah, let's get on to the next DIY. So I had a large piece of felt in this color, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And now I'm going to make a garland. So I picked up one of these, and I used that as a pattern. And so I cut these out. Now I don't want them all to be the same, so I'm taking some spray ink, and I'm hoping to, I should probably put a few on here so I'm not wasting much ink. But I want them to look like fall leaves. Yeah. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to try green. This one was Dylusions Post Box Red. And then this one is by Heidi Swapp, and it's called Patina. Put this on left. Now I should probably do the back too. I'm not worried about mixing the colors because sometimes leaves in the fall can be mixed. Now, I'm not sure where I got these acorns from. I'm pretty sure Dollar Tree has some very similar to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking the tops, they come right off, and I'm going to put a piece of twine, and then I'm going to glue this back on so that I can hang them in between the leaves. So I'm just taking a little bit of hot glue. At first I tried to drill a hole between it, but it just didn't make sense to do such a thing. So we're going to put that on there, then we'll put a little more glue, and then we'll put the top on, and then once that's dried, it will hang. I'll do it again. I'm going to put them together, like do sets of 3 in between the leaves. Now another thing I've got to do is I've got to make veins, and I don't know if I want to paint them on, if I want to embroider them on. I think I'm going to paint them just for sake of time. So all I could find was the black, so I went ahead and just made veins. But I noticed after drying overnight that the colors kind of like seeped into the felt. So I'm going to respray them again, let them dry again, and I'll come back. These are still drying, but I'm making some bows, and the bows are going to go on the top of each leaf. So what I have done is I just take, this is from Dollar Tree, and I just make a simple bow. So I put a dot of glue here and make a loop, and then I put another dot, loop it back, and then just cut it on an angle. Then what I do is I take a little, I try to cut into it a little bit, just a little V kind of, just so that it scrunches up the middle a little bit better. And then I'm just taking a piece of twine, tying it around, to gather it up. So I'm pulling really tight. Don't worry if the ends turn up, because we can glue those down. Like that. Then I kind of even up the tails, and then I'm going to put a little button, and it'll go there. You can see much prettier with more ink, and then I put the button in there. So we're gonna hold off on those. And now I'm just taking some assorted leaves that I've gotten from, could be, these were Dollar Tree, this might have been Hobby Lobby, and I'm just putting some jute strings on them. And I'm going to just cluster them once I have a bunch. So let me put all the strings on here and I'll be back. This is what it looks like when it's all together. And so I'm just taking the leaves and then one by one doing different lengths, like so. Like that. And then I just take another piece of jute and I just tie it all together. I'm going to put one more. And then I'll clean up this by cutting it. And then we will hang these on the sides of the mantle of the garland, and then I'll make a nice pretty bow. So I made these, I printed these images from the Graphics Fairy. They're free downloadable images. And so the garland that we're going to make with these are going to have these images in between. Now, I was going to use the planks, but they didn't fit, and so I was going to cut these, but I kind of like the image, and I'm not even going to paint them or anything. I am going to, like, distress a little bit, so I'll probably get, so this is Vintage Photo in archival ink, and I'm just going to go around the images and just darken them up a little bit so they look even more vintagey. And so what I did is I printed them out on my printer, and then I just put 5 the tongue depressors with that, and I just tacky glued them on. And I picked 4, but you can put as many or as few as you like. But we're going to lay it all out and then glue it all together. Just wanted to show that I'm putting these small pieces of twine on the back to hang on here. I could just tie them, but I don't know. I'd rather, I'm going to see. Watch, I'm going to want to tie it, right? Probably. Well, I'll show you what I do anyways. If you want to tie it, you just need to put 1 string. If you want to hang it, this is what I do. I just take a piece of jute twine, hot glue that in there. I'm not giving it much space at all. And the mantle that this is going to go on is 6 feet long, so I made the back piece 8 feet, so I have a foot on each side because I'm going to put ribbons hanging down on the side. So this, I marked the middle. No, where did it go? Here it is, right here. And that's where I'm going to start to put the leaves, here. And then I'm going to measure this out how I want it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? So 9. And I'm going to put this in between. So I don't know if I'm going to do 3. And then 1. Alright, so I forgot that I had the acorns too. So what I did is I'm measuring 6 inches to every item that I'm putting on here, and then I'm going to put the acorns in between. But what I ended up doing is squeezing this jute twine. So I put a dollop of hot glue, and then I squeeze it together. I want to show you that up close. And then I get another button, and I'm going to put a button on top of it so that it's consistently got buttons all the way across. And then in between these is where I am putting the acorns. And what I'm doing is, again, putting the hot glue down in between, immersing the thread in there, getting it in there really good. Once it's in there, I cut the knot off. And then I find another button and glue that on, like so. So I'm going to do this to the end, and then we'll hang it up, and I will make the side ribbons. Alright, so now I'm going to make a smallish bow. I'm using this ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and we're just going to leave a tail, and then make some loops here. This is probably about 4 or 5 feet, and again, what I do is you just always turn the ribbon towards you, facing you, and twist it, and then it's facing you. Then twist it like that. Now we're going to take a piece of twine. You could use wire, you could use a chenille stem, whatever you have. and we're going to tie that tight. And once I put it on this lady's mantle, I will, work it even more. But what I'm going to do is just add this in here, like so. So I'm just taking my twine and cutting through all these leaves. I'm going to meet it on the other side. There we go. Here we go. And tie it some more. And then I'll just leave that string there because I may take that part on or tie it on. But that's what we're going to make on the ends. So this is the garland. It's just hanging from my cupboards, but it will be going on the president of the college my daughter works at fireplace. It's a little surprise for her. I will say that the ink on these felt pieces does rub off on my skin, so you may want to not use the sprays if that bothers you. Alright. I got this blank from the Dollar Tree. Excuse me, I wanted to do something different. Nothing's coming to me. So what we're going to do is just cover it with a piece of scrapbook paper. Now I'm kind of torn because I like the colors. Those are very nice fall colors. But I feel like this will go with my decor better. So I think I might use this. And then for the top I have the scrap piece of the tile. And I think I'm going to put this up here. And then we will paint it. So, yeah, let me go with this. Nope, no. Something tells me to go with this. So, this is what we'll do. So you just put this on here. And we're going to cut that out. And then we will Mod Podge this on. And then this we will also cut out. I'm doing it in the center because I don't want to get like half of something, so yeah. So do this. Okay, so I use this Folk Art coffee bean to paint this, and now I'm going to take another brush and put a little bit of, not much in here, black paint. Dry brush a little bit. Yeah. Alright. Now this is already on here. We'll take some more Mod Podge and we will glue this on. to put a piece of twine in here. So I'm just going to put some hot glue. I'm going to put some glue on the end so that it is sealed, and then I'll put the rest of this down like so. And then I'm going to take some more jute, and we are going to stop back here and wrap it around. And I'm just not putting any glue where the hole is so I can come through and use it as a hanger. There. Now I'm thinking about putting some jute just to finish it off. So I'll start here. And follow it all the way around. So I did just like I did in the garland. You know, I just attached the twine to some of the leaves, and then I'm going to glue these up here. Actually, I think I will glue it behind. And then I have these words from Dollar Tree, and I want either Hello Fall or Hello Autumn. I think Hello Autumn. And I have this color. It is My Studio. I'm not sure who that is. And I'm going to, it's in the color burgundy. So I'm going to paint this in. Now, of course, if you want to do something cute, you could put a little pumpkin here, or a leaf shape for the O. But I think I'm going to just keep it as it is. So this is pretty thin, so I think I'll probably do 2 coats. And okay, so here it is painted, and I'm just going to put some hot glue on there. And then, oh, it's not where I wanted it, but... Well, that's where it's going. Okay, and we want to make a bow. So, I have some left over from the garland. So I'm using that, and then I'm also using this. And I'm just putting the two together and twisting. Again, you always want it towards you, and then you twist, hold. See, the front is facing you. Twist, hold. One more. And then I'm going to take a piece of twine. And before I completely tighten it, I'm going to play with the loops so that they're a little more even. And then just separate them. Okay, now that they're more even, I'm going to tie this tighter, like so. And then separate these, this. Glue down. Stick this in the glue. Now I have this one that's painted gold. I do like that. And then I have this acrylic ones. Yeah, I think maybe the acrylic ones. Alright, so we'll put some glue on there. Now, of course, Dollar Tree has their wooden ones that you could paint. Maybe paint brown and burgundy or gold and burgundy. That would look really pretty. But yeah, there you go. Very easy. Now I want to make a wreath for my front door, and again, my fall colors are, well, my colors in my house are like a sage green and a teal. So we're going to use these leaves and these flowers, probably these flowers, and maybe some balls, maybe some yellow to break it up. I don't know. So I'm going to cut all these up and start to glue these in. So I'll be back once this is all. So I put down the big leaves, and now I'm going to place my flowers, because I don't have a lot of these Gerber Daisy type. And I thought I might use these just to break up. I mean, I have it in green too. I don't know. I might use the green. But I think I need to use these two. And of course I've got these flock balls, which will go in later. Alright, so I'm going to cut these up. and add these in, and then we'll see what we have. So I have the flowers in, and now I'm going to put these in randomly. I think I may put the white ones too. I get a little carried away when I do wreaths. I like them nice and full. So, yeah. And I know these are very odd, but I just think they add such wonderful texture to a wreath. So if you still have them in your store, I would get them. And I bought white because, well, I bought all of them, but I thought the white would be great because you can spray it any color that you want, you know. So there's always that. I think about that a lot. A lot of times I buy the white hydrangea for that reason, because I can make it any color that I want. Alright, and then we're going to put some balls in. Let's see. I like these too for texture. You know, it's not your usual fall wreath. You know, we will do some Halloween and some regular wreaths, but this is going to be, like I said, for my house. So, yeah, I want it to match and I want it to be unique. So basically, I'm just trying to put them in different ways so that they're going at different angles. And I have two stems of them, so I have quite a few. Now, I was going to put a bow, but I don't think I am. Alright, so now I'm going to fill in any spaces with the small leaves. So wherever I think it needs a little more coverage. I don't mind seeing the grapevine wreath, but you know, I just want it to be really, really full. So I decided to add some white because I want to put this in the middle of it, and I wanted to pick up the white pumpkins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off and somehow tie it in the back. Bring it through the hole. Alright, so last night when I went to bed, I thought, this looks very, like, except for the middle part, it looks very close to what I had all summer on my front door. So I needed to, and then I thought, well, yeah, add some pumpkins. But then I found this in my stash, and these are nice jewel tone, teal blue. They're gorgeous. So we're going to add some of this in there, brighten it up a little bit, and then we're going to add some pumpkins. And if you're new to my channel, you will figure out that I change my mind all the time, and that is the whole creative process. You can have an idea, but be flexible to it changing and morphing and turning into something else. And that's great, and that's creativity working its magic. So yeah. So alright, so I'm going to go in and put some of these in here. Oh yeah, that just brightens it up so much more. Alright, and then I'm going to use some of the Dollar Tree. What I'm going to do is take it off the clips. I'll save those clips for something else. And I'll put them on little skewers like so. Like that, and then we'll put these in. So let me get everything on skewers and I'll be back. So I saw something similar on Facebook. It's done with a round charger, but I didn't have one, so I'm using this one. It was silver, and so I sprayed it gold. And what I'm going to do is cut this pumpkin, I hope. I'm hoping it's styrofoam, but I could be wrong. So I was going to paint this with acrylic paint, but I thought let me try the sprays first. So you could certainly use the acrylic paint. Okay, that's not helpful. Okay, these do not want to work. So looks like somebody's butt, doesn't it? Oh well. You could use acrylic paint, which is what I was going to do, and I still may have to because these sprays don't want to cooperate. But I thought I would use some of the ink sprays. So that color was by Distress Oxide, and it's called Spiced Marmalade. And then this one doesn't want to work. Let's see if I can use a different spray bottle. This one's called Tangerine Dream. Make sure you get the sides too. So I have assorted greenery and whatnot. I'm going to use a combination of hot glue and E6000, and the hot glue will keep it there quickly, and the E6000 will make it stay permanently. But you don't want the two to touch because it will negate the adhesion. So I'm just using my handy dandy tool that you get from Dollar Tree. And again, we'll put that. Now the big pumpkin is going to go in the middle, but I cut up a lot of these little pumpkins to fill in. You can even do the little ones. And then we have these lovely sunflowers. Now, the reason why I'm taking all that is because I'd like it to be a little more flatter. So again, let's put this on the end. Let's put hot glue here. And I'll slide that in like so. Now this I'm just going to use the hot glue because it's going to go on the leaf, so it has something to adhere to. Now this is actual Indian corn. Not sure if it works or not. We have a cat o' nine tail. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. And again, just play. I can't emphasize that enough. That you just want to see what you have in your stash. And, you know, now these little berries, I love to turn them and twist them and then stick them in. I'm probably going to replicate the same on this side. So let me do that and I'll be back. So I put a few leaves in the back and now I've glued this in place, and now we just have to fill in here. So I definitely want to add some leaves down here. And again, you can use hot glue on anything except anything that's touching the tray. Then you want to use a combination of the E6000 and the hot glue, because it will not hold. It'll hold temporarily, but it won't hold in the long term. See if I can find a couple more cattails. Okay, so now we're going to put the word harvest or blessings. So I'm going to clean this up and I'll be back. I'm going to put harvest, but I think I'm going to put thankful because it's so bounteous, and you know, I think thankful works better. So I'm going to take my tacky glue and I'm going to run it all over the, this is the metal words you can get from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put it on there pretty heavy. And And then I'm going to take some cinnamon and I'm going to sprinkle that on there. I will probably do this twice. So I'm going to let this dry and then I'm going to do it again. And then once the second coat is dry, I will cover it with Mod Podge so that it doesn't chip off. So there it is. I didn't center it enough, I don't think. So I may have to put a little something there. And instead of another that, I put in one of these. And I decorated the top of the pumpkin a little bit. So that's it. I really like this. So I got this at Hobby Lobby for their 90% off. I don't know what I paid, maybe $2 or $3. It's really a great deal. So I'm going to sand this off and then I'm going to repaint it. And I have these I bought at, it's called Christmas Tree Shops back east. But anyways, I think I got them for like 50 cents. And they're raised, but what I want to do is cut them apart and raise it even more to make it more dimensional. So we're going to work on something like that. Now, as that's drying, I wanted to show you, like it has this little foam to raise it up. And so I'm just taking these wreaths apart. And I am going to fussy cut bits and pieces of this to raise this up, and then we'll raise those up. So yeah, this is going to be fun. If you like cutting. I'm not sure I do, but I will sacrifice. Ooh. Alright, good cutting scissors are a must. So I'm going to go in here and again, there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just trying to find pieces that I can work with. And this foam probably will not come off, so this is probably where I will put another piece on top of it. But let's see. I don't know how much I want to cut out. It's all so pretty. Crazy pretty. But I don't know if I want, yeah, see, I want them to be smaller pieces. So I'm going to cut in here. I'm going to cut out some of this white. I want this berry to stand out, so I'm going to cut around it. I think the more fussy cutting you can do to make it more specific, I think the prettier it will be. But that's totally up to you how much you feel like doing. But I do think it would add to the dimension ability of it. Now see this little tiny thing? I'm going to cut that out. Because don't forget, there'll be stuff behind it too, because you're going to be building up layers, so you don't have to keep everything in the picture. And I mean, I know you're not going to find these. I can't even find them because this was from a couple of years ago. But you know, if you find a pretty scrapbook paper or calendar and you get a couple of them, you could do this. Or you could scan a picture from your computer and just do a couple of them and build it up and use the same technique. Again, I love dimension. I don't like flat. I like things to pop out. So this is why this kind of thing just really, I love it. Yeah. So as you can see, some of the stuff is hanging out. So I'm going to do some more fussy cutting and I'll be back. So I wanted to show you the process. I don't know if you can tell, you know, that they're lifted, but what I did is I used some of these foam squares and I put the first layer. Now I'm doing the second layer, so I'm using 3 squares instead of just 1. So it's higher than the ones that are there. And again, I'm not lining it up. I'm kind of just going in the area, but how do I explain this? I'm in the area, but I'm not on the exact spot of the piece, so that it just looks like the wreath is fuller. That's all. So now I'm taking off this is going on top of that. So as you can see, we're building up. So now I've got to cut these up and then we'll add these. So I'm not sure how much of this you need to watch, but I'm just building on top of building on top of building. So I put anywhere between 2 and 3 of these foam squares high, and then I'm just placing it on top of what's already there. Now, there was foam on some of them, and so I don't know if you can see this, but there's like foam, so I need to cover that. So that's kind of indicating sometimes where I see I've got another one. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. So sometimes I take a piece and I want to cover that, but now that's a pretty big area. This is a pretty big piece, so I think I will use a smaller piece there. So yeah, I think like this. This piece. Alright, let me find a smaller piece. You'd like see this one has this on it, so yeah. I think this will go like that. That would be good. So, alright, so yeah, so I'm going to do that so it extends the wreath out more, and I'm covering that area. So I'm going to keep going. So I painted this with Cashew from Waverly. It is a chalk paint. And now there are ridges in here, but I want to bring them out, so I'm just using a number 2 pencil, and I'm going down the edge just to fill it in a little bit, since, you know, paint got in there. Alright, now, I could dry brush it with brown, but I think I want to use a little bit of burgundy brown. So I'm going to create my own paint in order to dry brush. So I'm going to take a little bit of this burgundy, and I'm going to take a little bit of this coffee bean. So we'll put a little bit of this. Put water, and we will mix it. Yeah, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I still feel like it could be a little bit more red, but alright. Now I'm going to take a let me see what it looks like. And we're going to dry brush. Take my water. Oh, perfection. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Oh my God, I love it. Alright, now it came with this welcome, but I don't want that. I need, I don't know, I don't know, I have to think about it. Alright, so after sitting on it for a few days, I decided to put this back. It just goes with it really, really well, and I think it does complement it. So we're just going to put that in the middle, like that. It already had the foam underneath it, so I'm just using what's there. And that is that.